All right, today's lesson is lesson 3.1, which is average monthly expenditures. So there's a lot of vocabulary in this unit or in this lesson, but the math itself is fairly simple. So what you're going to be looking at today is record keeping, and this entire chapter is going to be about budgeting and keeping track of where you're spending money, allotting yourself a certain amount for certain things, and a little bit of how to use an Excel worksheet. So the first thing it says up at the beginning, Susan Tan owns a clothing boutique. She tracks her company's monthly expenses with computer software. She files her receipts, invoices, and bills. Susan also uses this information as she prepares her company's tax returns. Do you think that businesses and individuals should keep track of financial records while we're not? Well, I would say that absolutely both individuals and businesses should keep track of their financial records. Businesses for legal purposes and tax purposes, and for individuals to know where you're spending money. So, what we're going to talk about today is record keeping. Keeping track of the things you buy, how much money you have, how much money you should spend, and that's where your vocabulary comes in. So the first one is record keeping. And of course, in our day and age, we have a lot of apps and technology to help you keep track. Most people do banking online. All of these things help, but there's nothing wrong with also opening up a spreadsheet and keeping track of it that way as well. So the first vocab word is record keeping. And of course, that is just keeping track of your money. Okay. Okay. The second word we have is expenditures. So, record keeping helps you manage your money. It involves keeping track of items you spend money on or your expenditures. So, expenditures, things you spend money on. That could be anything from your bills, to your rent, to your food, to the things you like to just buy for your personal self. Clothes, accessories, shoes, all of those things. Okay. The tool you use to keep track of all of this is a budget sheet. Now, I'm not going to write this down because a budget sheet is something this book is considering to be an Excel worksheet. And while you will be learning how to do that, there's other ways which you can keep track of your money. There's apps and online tools that are easier and quicker than putting everything into a Excel sheet. So it goes on to say a budget sheet in which you record your expenses, usually on a monthly basis. You should record it monthly for a number of reasons, the main one being most of your bills will be paid on a monthly basis, and you'll probably get paid on a monthly basis. By budgeting, you can find out how you have spent your money and how much money you need for living expenses. Your living expenses are the things you need to live. So, rent, food, utilities, etc. Those are the things, those are your living expenses. Anything beyond that is just spending on non-essentials. Okay, so your average monthly expenditure, this is an equation that you're going to need. Is this, and this is what you're going to be finding is average. So the average of anything is going to equal the sum of all divided by the number of months. So if you are trying to figure out your average electric cost, so we'll put average electric is going to equal sum of all electric bills divided by number of months for those bills. Okay, now to get a good average, you're going to want to, do more than 2 months, but probably like 3 to 5 to get a good average. So, example 1, it says Selena and Trent keep records of the expenditures, and they want you to flip the page to 158 and look at the little chart. They want to know how much they spend each month for various categories. Here are their records for 3 months. What is their average monthly electric bill? So we're going to figure out their bill based using that formula. So if we look at the little chart, in July they spent 121.47. In August for electricity they spent 153.56. I'm guessing they have air conditioning. And then in September, 125.88. Now, we're going to add those all up together because our average equals the total of this divided by the months. So, 7 and 6 is 13, plus 8 is 21. 5 and 4 is 9, and 2 is 11. 11 and 8 is 19. Bring your decimal down. 2 and 3 is 5. 5 and 5 is 0. We got 2 and 2 is 4. 1 is 5 and 5 is 0 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is our total. And we're going to divide that by how many months? 1, 2, and 3. So let's go back and make sure we are doing this correct. Yep, 400.91 divided by 3. So if we do that, 400.91 divided by 3, we get 1, 10, 3, 9, 10, 3, whoops, sorry, 3, 9, we get 19, and 3 goes into 19 6 times, which gives us 18. I did something wrong. No, I didn't. Okay. And 11. I know what I did wrong. But they did this on a calculator. So we have 11, and it's going to go into that 3 times, which is 9. And 11 minus 9 is 2. And again, oops, we get a 6. And then we're going to round. This is going to round up to 4. So it's going to be 133.64 is your average. Okay? That's going to be your average electric bill for July, August, and September months. Okay, so for your homework, you're going to still continue using that chart for 1, 2, and 3. And it looks like then you'll have a new chart that you will need to fill in for 5 through 10. So please do your homework. If you have any questions, please ask.